Hello, this is Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, and this is Community Unity Now. Our co-host, Trudy Leong, couldn't be with us today due to work obligations. She's working full-time now, so congratulations to Trudy. We are here with our guest, Sarah Page Wells of Art for the Homeless.
Hello, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm going to hopefully give you a good understanding of what our group, Art for the Homeless, does and how we help people.
So tell us, how long you've been doing this?
I have been involved for 6 years.
And who are you benefiting?
We're benefiting the shelters that help the homeless. Specifically right now, we as artists are making our art, selling our art, and making donations to Lincoln Park Community Services. But this is not like an exclusive thing. We can branch out, which is something I really want to do.
So how does the process work? You have artists, you have people without homes, and you've got Lincoln Park Community Services right now.
Yes.
So how does this whole thing work where it benefits the homeless people?
Oh, okay. Well, we have a Facebook group and a Facebook page, Art for the Homeless, and the artists show their work and they sell their work on the Facebook group. And then once they sell it, they make a contribution or a donation to an effective shelter. And I'm right now encouraging them to make it to Lincoln Park Community Services. Recently, we had an event at Lincoln Park Community Services, and we had about 10 artists. We sold our work, and at the end of the day, we gave a donation to Lincoln Park Community Services, which will then benefit the residents who are living there.
So this is nonprofit. This is going towards the people without homes to help them on their way. And this funding, what kind of aspects of their lives does it help to change?
Okay, so it helps the organization, and the organization is helping them with any physical or medical difficulties they may have, helping them to get a job if they don't have a job, if they don't have skills for a job, getting them the skills, helping them get a place to live so they're back on their feet. So they actually graduate and have a place to live and can support themselves.
So this is not artists without homes creating art. This is artists creating art and donating to an organization for people without homes.
Exactly. That is exactly right.
Very good, very good. So why Lincoln Park Community Services?
Okay, the main thing is because I actually, when I first started off, went online to find like an effective organization. I was trying to find an organization which they were getting good results. And they were getting very good results, and they've been around for 40 years, and they even have some of the staff from back then are still on staff today.
Okay, so now I got to ask you, what is your Rogers Park connection?
Oh, my Rogers Park connection is mainly that I myself have lived in Rogers Park many times throughout my life, raised my kids up there, and I really love Rogers Park, and then I found Bill, and so my connection is Bill, and I'd like to expand our group in that area as well.
So you've done some fundraisers for people without homes in the past in Winnetka and Wilmette.
In Winnetka, we were going to do it in Wilmette, but what happened was COVID hit, so we couldn't do it there.
So you didn't do it at all?
No, not in Wilmette. Yeah.
And how was your first fundraiser?
The first successful one was actually at Lincoln Park Community Services.
Okay.
And that went really well. And then the recent one went very well. Every artist sold something. The whole board from Lincoln Park Community Services, I think many of them actually arrived and bought art and supported the cause as well.
So what kind
really
of
good.
art are we talking about? Mixed media or just painting or what?
Mixed media. So it's whatever the artist does. So one artist, he was selling his tie-dye T-shirts. I sell watercolors. Another artist sells acrylic paintings. Like mixed media for sure.
And you brought some art with you.
Yes.
Can you show us your art?
Sure.
You can just show our guests there.
Okay. Okay, so this is an acrylic painting that has some gold paint on it as well. Someone told me that it reminded them of Vincent van Gogh, but I myself actually see human figures there that could be dancing.
Are these maybe the heads? These
You got
circles? Okay.
That's exactly
And I
right.
see the torsos and maybe the legs and the arms. Do you see that out there? What do you see? All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Great. This one, the original sold, and so I made some prints. Is that easy to see? I hope so.
Yes.
Okay, this is called watercolor collage, and I'm going to try to explain this very simply. Basically, I came up with a technique where you take 2 pieces of watercolor paper. You wet one, and you throw lots of color on it, and you make it just like very, very bright. You let it dry, and the collage part comes in where you then can cut out those pieces. All of these are pieces from the original painting, and then I drew the lady, and also in the collage here we have like some velvet. I cut out these flowers. I actually, I think it's on this one, I actually put some earrings on her and that kind of thing. So,
Wow.
so that's what that is, watercolor collage.
So it's watercolor and it's collage. Now, let me
Yeah.
tell you my watercolor story.
Yes.
Really quick. I was in maybe, might have been 4th grade, 3rd grade, something, in art class. I used to love art class.
Yeah.
And I had this little watercolor set with the little ovals of colors.
Yes.
And I was very careful just to put a little drop of water in each so I can make those lines. And I preferred the tempera paint, actually, because it was more thick and I can do more with it. So the art teacher comes up, Ms. Zangora. She's no longer with us, but she was good, but she really kind of got under my skin on this one. She put water in all of my paint, and then she took the brush and she mixed them all together like a big mess. And, I didn't want to do watercolor anymore after that point.
I can understand that.
I was traumatized.
Wow.
I was watercolor traumatized. So I really appreciate people who can do watercolor. I can't touch watercolor any longer. Maybe one day again I'll try.
Okay, and I'd like to be the one to help you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'd be good at that.
We'll do watercolor together.
Okay, great. That's great. Okay, can I show a couple more?
Sure.
Okay, so this is also watercolor collage, and the flowers were cut out. The birds were cut out from the original colorful, paper that I created there. And then, of course, I cut out this. And then later, when it dried, I added more to it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We've got what do we have there? A green bird and a purple bird, and wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
something.
lots of flowers. Okay, now this one is not watercolor. This is just a drawing with markers, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to show the bigger ones because I really like these a lot. This one
Okay.
is watercolor.
I can help you hold this out.
Thank you. This is watercolor. Once it dried, I went over it with a gold pen in various areas.
So what we have here is an angel.
That's right, an angel.
And what's the angel playing?
She's playing a lyre.
The angel's playing a lyre and really into it. Her eyes are closed, and she's got a rose garden around her, and the red sky with the lake. Now, is that the sunrise?
I put it down not knowing.
Okay.
So it's whatever you choose.
And it looks like she's got some sand on the
Yeah, for sure.
on the floor, and that almost looks like Loyola Beach.
Cool.
Almost. An
Cool.
angel at Loyola Beach, maybe.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, and then this one is also watercolor collage. When I was done, I used sparkly paint. Now it might not show up real well there, but I
Let's
used
see.
sparkly paint to make it.
I know how to
different
work
effect.
the sparkles. Just kind of move it around a little
Oh,
bit.
okay, great.
Maybe not. Can you see sparkles? All right, let's see what we got here. Wow, that looks like a peacock bouquet with glitter.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
see?
That is cool with a blue pot with a ribbon on it, and wow, it reminds me of stained glass at a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
Oh, wow, that is awesome.
The interior of it. This is really something.
Great.
And it almost has like the universe in here with the little speckles, like
Yeah, like the
all the
stars.
different stars in the universe. It's beautiful.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, and then this is my lady. She's kind of like she's kind of like a water lady.
Okay.
Do you see that? We got the bird. We got these cool flowers. I love the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. When it was all dry, I went back with a black marker and the silver gold pen in
Mm-hmm.
all these different areas.
And her eyes are very focused. She's kind of staring. What is she doing there? What do you think?
I thought maybe she was just being there comfortably contemplating.
Is she under the water?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because
No,
I'm
but it
looking at
does
these
remind me
little
of water, though.
little white things. I don't know if they're in the air or the background or.
I would like to say that maybe they are a little bit a part of these little flowers.
Oh, that's beautiful. And if you can look at this a little bit, I'll kind of change the angle a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to see. There's such it looks like texture. It's really very interesting. Almost like a granite, but it's different colors, and it's cool. It's cool. You should check it out. Where can people see these pieces or other pieces?
Okay, so the pieces from myself and other artists is in the Facebook page Art for the Homeless. So they could see a lot of the art there, for sure.
Okay. That is awesome. These are some really nice, beautiful pieces. We saw some other pieces with some blue birds earlier.
Yes. And these are, my sister made these. And she made these specifically for Art for the Homeless. So you can see there that there's the home, there's the hearts, and there's a bird above.
Let's see the next
And
one.
here's another one.
So the heart is bigger here. This is a blue bird, and this is a brown home, a
That's
house.
right. And then look at this one. The house is in the trees, in the branches.
So it's like a birdhouse. This is the house, and then you got two birds in the branches. And where's that heart? There's a heart coming out the chimney. There's a heart.
That's right.
It's so beautiful, and it's for such a great cause.
Yes.
I appreciate what you're doing. So, what inspired you to start this?
Okay. I had a job where I was helping people my whole life, and it was a regular job. And what happened was I got a heart condition, and I could no longer do that job. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How can I help people? Well, then I found this guy named David Floodstrand, who's no longer here, but he and I started Art for the Homeless. He himself was doing it alone. He was helping homeless people alone, and we put the group together. What he was doing was passing out oranges, water bottles, socks, going down to Wacker Drive, and just helping people like that one-on-one. So we got together and we formed this group. Yeah. So I'm inspired because I think people need to be helped. I think people, all walks of life, need to be helped. And that's why.
That's wonderful. You're going to continue to put on events?
Yeah, definitely. Events.
These are art sales, not art auctions, correct?
You got it.
Okay, and these are all benefiting people without homes and organizations that help people without homes.
That's right.
There's a lot of different issues going on in our city of Chicago. Can you tell me any kind of statistics as to how many people there are without homes?
Yes, in fact, thank you. I did bring it with. Okay, so in the state of Illinois, there are 700 vets who are homeless. And to me, that number seems rather small, and that we should help them, right away. In 2024, in the city of Chicago, there are 76,375 homeless people. Now, what that meant was 31,000 of those people stay in shelters, and 45,000 of them, they don't have their own place to live, but they're staying somewhere. They're staying at a friend's house, a cousin's house, something like that.
So they may be teens couch hopping or adults couch hopping?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Now, in the city of Chicago, ages 18 to 25, there's 12,000 unaccompanied youth experiencing homelessness each year.
Say that one again.
Sure, 12,000 unaccompanied youth ages 18 to 25 experiencing homelessness in Chicago each year.
What was that number again?
Sure, 12,000.
12,000, 18 to 24 is considered youth.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there are any or how many there are under 18 youth, unaccompanied or accompanied by parents that are without homes.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but probably a lot.
I'd like to find out that number.
Great.
It's really horrible what's going on in the city of Chicago, and you can just take the easy example of like maybe the tent cities, the tent encampments
Yeah.
that were in Uptown or under Wacker Drive or around when DNC came to town and they moved those tent encampments or by Maxwell Street. Or you can just easily enough take the red line and you can see, I could see on a cold or brisk night, maybe 8 to 15 per rail car. And there are 8 rail cars per train.
Wow.
So there's a lot going on there, and I really wish that we didn't have this issue in our community. But I thank you for doing something about it to
Oh,
help.
sure. And I'd really like to expand this group. So if there's any artists out there or people good at organization, please connect up to me. Can I get my phone number?
Please do.
And my phone number is 773-812-6814. And I'll take the call and see how you can help us.
Okay, so how do they find your Facebook group?
Oh, they just go to Facebook and type in Art for the Homeless.
Okay, Art for the Homeless.
Yeah.
And they can join the Facebook group. They can
Yes.
see some of this wonderful art,
Yeah,
and then they can find out about your upcoming events.
for sure. And can I talk about one right now?
No. No. They can go to the Facebook group, or
Okay.
they can give you a call about
Okay.
upcoming events.
Okay, great.
So give your number again, please.
773-812-6814.
The reason is because we want this to play over and over again
Oh,
to advocate
yes.
for people who need it. And if we put a date on it, it'll be a kill date, and it won't play as much.
Okay, thank you so much.
So we want you all to get this information as long as possible. That's why I said no.
Okay, well, I appreciate knowing why.
Mm-hmm.
And may I read this?
Yes.
Okay. I found something that totally works and relates to our group, and it was written by Victoria Erickson, author of Rhythms and Roads. We make art to connect, not to stroke our egos, not to win awards, not as bragging rights or achievement, not to compete, compare, or replicate, not to pretend. We make art to connect to others, to memory, to ceremony, to the earth, to water, to the deep fire within, to our own energy in the wings, waiting. We make art to connect to life.
That's beautiful. And
Yeah, I
who
love
who
that.
wrote that?
Her name is Victoria Erickson, and she's an author, and this came from a book she wrote called Rhythms and Roads.
Can we get the second part one more time?
Sure, starting here.
Start there.
Okay. Not to stroke our egos, not to win awards, not as bragging rights or achievement, not to compete, compare, or replicate, not to pretend. We make art to connect. To others, to memory, to ceremony, to the earth, to water, to the deep fire within, to our own energy in the wings waiting. We make art to connect to life.
And that shows authenticity. That's just authentic.
Yeah.
When someone not only says but does like that, they are authentic.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming down, and let's take a look at this art again
Okay.
one more time in case
Oh.
people didn't get to see it.
Great.
Let's take a look at the bigger pieces,
Okay.
and you could tell us who made them.
Oh, great. Okay, well, that's going to be really easy
Okay.
because I made this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you sell your art to benefit people without homes at your events? Your art?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 100%.
And then your sister's art is here with the birds and the homes
Yeah.
and the art. She does too?
Yeah, and her art, she doesn't want any money back. She just wants it to go strictly for a donation.
Wow, that's really wonderful. And then this next one over here, these are all yours, correct?
Yes, that's
Okay.
true.
So let's put this one down.
Okay. Okay.
Put this one down. Okay. And then this one is the universal peacock, in my opinion.
That's right. And with the universe sparkling above.
That's it. That's it right there. This is beautiful. This has hearts in it too. Are hearts like a theme? Hearts and flowers? Are
Hearts
they
and
current
flowers for
themes?
me are a big theme, personally.
And birds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. And how many artists do you have?
We currently have about 15, but I really want to grow that.
So that's what I want to talk about next.
Okay.
You want to grow the number of artists you have
Yeah.
included with your organization.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're looking for.
Okay. I would like, Bill asked me the other day, where would we like to be in 5 years? I would like to expand this so that there's like actually artists in every big city selling their art. We could have hundreds. We could have a couple hundred.
So what qualifications does the artist have to have to be a part of your organization?
Oh, I have not stopped anybody. So I guess that they want to help. They
Okay.
want to help, and they're willing to donate at least 25% of any of the sales they make through our group or through our events.
Okay, and how big are your events? How many artists do you normally have?
Oh, okay. The last one we had 9. The first one we had like 20.
Okay,
So
okay.
we just need to. keep
And
it
it
going.
could be any kind of artist. What if it is beyond a flat medium, but beyond the mixed media, like something
Like music?
music, or maybe something tangible like sculpture?
Oh yeah, and there are a few sculptors in Art for the Homeless.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if that's what they're making and selling, then they would bring that to the events.
Wow, that's really wonderful. So artists, this is your call to action. You want to be a part of it. You want to be part of the organization. You want to be part of Art for the Homeless. Please give us a call at.
773-812-6814.
Excellent. Sarah Page Wells, Art for the Homeless. Any parting thoughts for the viewers here?
I can't think of anything other than I'll make the events, broadly known, and you can attend events in the Chicagoland area.
And you're looking to, or you're open to going to other shelters and other resources for people without homes.
That's right. And we could have events in other shelters like we did at Lincoln Park Community Services and do the same thing.
And I can think of many off the top of my head. Connections for the Homeless and Cornerstone and many. We have a whole database full of different ones like that. Looking forward to see where you end up.
Okay, great. Me too.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at one more here.
Sure.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is a watercolor of an angel. Once it was dry, I went through and put gold pen to do some outline and to kind of bring her out some more.
So is this watercolor?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the significance of each of these little pieces in here?
Oh, do you mean like the significance of each of my pieces?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's hard to say what the significance is because I want to tell you what happens. I just start and keep going, and I don't even always know what I'm going to come up with.
Okay.
But this one I did know because it was around Christmas time when I made it.
Okay, so Christmas Angel.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was around Christmas.
Okay, and she is performing.
Yeah.
And what was that instrument again?
A lyre.
She's performing on a lyre for who?
Oh, I guess for who's ever viewing it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. That sounds really wonderful. And let's go one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more here. And this one, tell us a little bit about this one here.
Okay.
This
So
is-
I did mention to you just now, I don't really know where I'm going when I start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is one of those.
Okay.
I literally put the heart first.
So we got a heart here.
Yeah.
But I see a heart up here and a heart there.
That's right. And then I drew an eye, and from there I just kept going.
And you got kind of a half face. This almost looks like a playing card.
That's what other people told me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
That almost looks like a playing card, and this looks like kind of like another heart, like the Queen of Hearts staff or something. But this, I don't know if this is the Jack. I don't know.
It could be. Now listen, I want to make sure they see all these birds because birds are my favorite.
Birds are all throughout there.
Okay, good.
Wow. and then what are these here?
Those are just like something floral. Something
Okay.
floral, yeah. And you see the eye here, and we got an eye here.
Mm-hmm. And you have such rich colors in your pieces.
Yeah.
So what are you using to create these colors and why?
Okay, I'm really glad you asked. I tend to.
While we're looking at this one.
Okay, good. I tend to not mix colors, but I don't really blend. Like his teacher went by and she blended all those colors and mixed them up. I actually don't do that. I have very many pure colors. So I just wanted to, mention that. But ask me the question one more time.
The richness of your
the
colors.
richness. Okay. I think the richness comes from the fact that I don't mix it too much. I mixed in here to get this 3D effect for the flower pot. But other than that, it's very rare that I mix colors.
Wonderful. Sarah Page Wells, Art for the Homeless. Could you give us your number one more time for artists who are interested or anyone who's interested in helping people without homes?
Yes, 773-812-6814.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate you. And thank you for interviewing us on Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. I'm Bill Morton, president of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. Our co-host, Trudy Leong, couldn't be with us due to work obligations this time around. But I was very, very glad to interview Sarah Page Wells, Art for the Homeless. Until next time.
Thank you.